Namaste, Soul Tribe family. Welcome back my way on this divinely guided day. Hopefully, you are well and rested and you feel good. You feel good. Oh my goodness, y'all. I am not lying. When I tell you I went outside and I just feel so good. It was like for once. I mean, for once, family, I was like, oh my God, this is what it feels like. Okay. Listen, somebody is in mutual agreement with you. It says, in case you were wondering, yes, I'm feeling it too. I feel like a lot of people are so tired of these situationships. Okay. It says, I don't think we need to label things or define our relationship. Man, do you know how many people in the world feel this way? It's over. No more defining, no more, separation. It's over. People feel the same way you do, family. They really do. It's mutual. Just love. Period. Look, it says, look, I feel like people with this energy right here, it says, in case you were wondering, yes, I'm feeling it too. Somebody out here, family, feels just like you. I feel this energy right here. They have been judged, they have been looked down on, etc. You may have been the next person in line that they could push. Okay, let me explain this right. You know how you may have somebody that's getting bullied, they may be an outcast, and then you come along and they look at you as they could bully you because it happened to them. It's kind of like that trickle effect. Somebody had that mutual feeling. They've been in your shoes. They've been where you have been. They have been prejudged, looked at, and everything. And they feel like you. They feel exactly like you. When it comes to these situationships, yeah, I don't think we need to label things or define our relationships. And that is so true. I feel like people are starting to see they no longer need to be using you. Okay. With this using out here, I feel like people have decided to stop trying to use you. It says, maybe I have some ulterior motives. Do you think I might be taking advantage of you? I feel like, people have decided, look, we all got to live and survive. And let me tell you something with the divine. I just heard, wow, that was a deep message too. You never really know that you are going to need someone else until something catastrophic happens. And it's like, why would catastrophe bring us together? Why would something catastrophic have to bring us together when we should already be together? Type energy. And I'm telling you, move like this all the time. It says, I'm starting to fall head over heels with you. And I am not lying. Today's energy, I'm in love with it. I'm in love with that energy. Ooh, that energy. Ooh, I'm in love with that kind of energy. That's the kind of energy where you always gonna see a smile on my face. You know what I mean? I mean, always. And I feel like, yes, look, ooh, synergy, okay, and connection, okay, synergy here. We could achieve so much more together than we would individually. I be trying to tell y'all. Ooh, do I not? How much do I say over here? We are all one. We are all one. It does not matter where you come from, your background, none of that matters. Not everybody is bad. And then let me go further with that message. Not only is not everybody bad, but whatever somebody has been through, something happened to them for them to get there. My grandmother used to always ask one question when anybody would come and tell her anything about me. The first question out her mouth was, what did you do to her? Because when you move with love, yeah. And many have just been moving that way, but they may have been outcasted by their own people. by the ones they felt, and that's family, friends, teachers, doctors, lawyers, everybody that they came into contact with that was supposed to be for them. They may have outcasted them. And a lot of people are in a mutual agreement with you when it comes to these situationships and how they need to just stop trying to use you as being the blame for an issue that has flooded our whole world for decades. People are starting to realize, you might not be the blame, family. You might not be the blame. They are starting to see the connection. Many are starting to see the connection. I'm telling you. Oops. Let me get into this. So thank you so much for coming over to All Being 11 Energy. I love you, family. I love you, A1s who are my day ones. And if you are new to the channel, allow me to be the first to welcome you. I am grateful for you. Okay. Everything you've done, your likes, your shares, your subscribes, hitting your notification bell, dropping comments below. I am grateful. Okay. I am truly grateful. Thank you so much. Let's continue. Divine, at this time, I ask that you provide us with protection during this read, all reads, and all the time. I ask that you provide us with clear and concise messages, as well as clarity, guidance, intuition, wisdom, and discernment. Any negativity, any toxicity, any evil being thrown or projected at myself or the Soul Tribe family, I ask that you strike it down and cut it down, shielding our minds, bodies, and souls from it as we too strike it down and cut it down, shielding our minds, bodies, souls from it. Ashe and thank you. Somebody think you hot, family. You're hot. I think you're incredibly hot and I'm super attracted to you. Somebody is feeling that way. And I'm not going to say somebody, bodies, energy. I feel like a lot of energies are like, you know what? They all right. They're all right. You know what I'm saying? I feel like many energies are like, yeah, they're all right. It's like, you may have energies that look at you like, yeah, they're attractive, or they just, I'm feeling a crush, kind of a crush energy, like, because the way you move with love. You move with love. I promise you, you do. You move with love. Tell me more, spirit. Perfect match. Like your energy is a perfect match. It's a perfect match. It really is. It really is. It's bubbly. It's energetic. It's youthful. It's wow. And then everything falls on the floor. It's youthful, okay? It's balanced. Okay. I feel like you make people feel comfortable around you. They could tell your secret. They could tell you their secrets. Let's go through what dropped. Okay. You are a perfect match for someone, family. Okay. Somebody is out here thinking about you like it still blows my mind how perfect we are together. It is as if we're made for each other. This is giving me this whole energetic pull from it's almost like, somebody could be actually attracted to you, but I'm also picking up an energy where everybody agrees with you and your perspective on things. At first, they may not have had a spark. At first, there was no connection there, but something was brought into balance. Yeah, at first they didn't resonate with you, but everything was brought into balance after secrets were revealed. I feel like after secrets were revealed here, and let me do it right. Yeah, at first there was no spark. Secrets got revealed. I feel like through these secrets, a lot of people were able to see where you were coming from. And they were like, oh, they ain't much like they ain't too different from us. It's all that's why I'm hearing like a lot of people realize the synchronicities in whatever it is that you've been going through, they've been going through too. It's just different, right? It was different. It was a different experience. Okay. Somebody could be love struck, somebody could be wanting you to be a friend, maybe with benefits, maybe without benefits, I don't know, but someone does see this love for you and this friends with benefits energy as being something they can't stop. They can't stop these feelings I feel like they have for you. Somebody can't stop these feelings that they have for you. Okay. It could even be a burst of energy. Like, you just may be a loving energy. And I feel that. I really feel like you are a loving energy. And it's just like, maybe it wasn't reciprocated, but things I feel like people are starting to see things from your perspective. They really are. They are starting to see things from your perspective and they agree. It is a mutual feeling. It's a mutual feeling. Okay. Just imagine, Yeah. There does not need to be any more situationships. Seriously. And I feel like, that's what it was. It was a bunch of situationships. Let's continue. A bunch of situationships. And people just realize, you know what? What you've gone through is it. Look, I feel like what they had wanted to stop, oops, what they had wanted to stop, somebody embraced it and they moved in on it. Okay, they moved in on your perspectives, possibly even, your point of view, looking at it from, your point of view. Your point of view, it had no lies. You did not lie. You just brought it to the forefront. You brought it to the forefront of the game with this player. Yeah, all you did was just bring things out to the forefront. You brought the abuse that the game was playing. That's it. That's all. You made a lot of people feel vulnerable when you did that because it was like, that's like ripping the curtain off of somebody while they're butt ass. Quick disclosure: I do curse, I do cuss, I speak the truth and call out names when got it too. That was like ripping the curtain off of somebody who was butt ass naked. That's embarrassing. I ain't lying. Oh Lord. I don't know who that has ever happened to, but woo, oh man. But yeah, no one wants to keep playing this. The game of the abuse, yeah, that was over. I feel like a lot of people have moved away from that because, yeah, when you ripped that curtain down, you had them feeling vulnerable. They were out in the open. It was like, oh my God. It's that, oh my God. Yeah, no one wants to keep playing this game. They don't want the game of abuse anymore. hmm They don't want to feel vulnerable. And they got caught. They got caught. They got caught. And maybe this is what made them feel vulnerable because it was like, oh my God, you know? But of course we know. Of course we know. God's chosen knows. That's why we move responsibly. We move responsibly. So of course we know. What was that? Matthew 16? Somebody dropped that. Hold on. And it said something about the good Lord. Don't give me the line. Cause y'all know I ain't no Bible bumper. But I don't want to talk about that. I'm not saying y'all are, but y'all, when I say Bible bumper or thumper or whatever it's called, I be making up my own shit. Okay. But there are some people, y'all, that know the Bible. Know it. And I think it was Matthew 16 where Jesus was giving and they dropped the scripture in there and or they dropped the saying. Oh man, that's what I went and Googled because you know, sometimes I gotta read things and I'm like, okay, what does that mean? And I'll do a deep dive. And it pulled up, I think it was Matthew 16, where Jesus had advised his disciples to know about the serpent but move like a dove. That's what the comment said. And I was like, a serpent and a dove. What the hell? And I will not front. I ain't good at fronting at all. This is all bad. I didn't know what that was. And I was like, I don't know how to take this. I don't know if I should be offended, right? Because, shoot, I was like, I don't know how. I went and looked and I was like, oh, I didn't even know that was in the Bible. I didn't know that because I don't like sneaky. I don't like sneaky stuff because I just don't like it. Okay, I don't like it. Mm-mm, mm-mm. And so I didn't know. So someone enlightened me. Like, I sit here and I can speak to things. I can and it's not me. I shouldn't say I. Spirit can speak through me. And sometimes I'd be thinking to myself, what the hell am I even saying that for? And it resonates, or somebody needed to hear that. You see what I'm saying? Like just because it's me here doesn't mean that I am still learning. The first of all, you don't never stop learning, first and foremost. You will never stop learning. For anybody that thinks they have this whole thing mastered, that is not the truth. That is not the truth. You may, like, we'll say you're a master manifester, right? What that means is like, you really, you think it, you receive it type energy, but that's because you have been open to the most high like that, maybe even for so long that you just ask and you patiently wait. to receive type energy. That's a master manifester. hmm When you just know that what it is that you've set your mind on. But see, it's like, you know, growing up, I used to ask for something and then I would worry and ponder over it. It never came. But as soon as I would ask and say, fuck it all, I don't care. If it happens, it happens. If it don't, it don't. And I walk away from it, then it manifests. You feel me? Does that make sense? All right, bet. Okay, family. All right. Tell me more about this energy. Yeah, so many people are in a mutual agreement. Yeah, you're in the friend zone. People might want to put you in the friend zone. You know what I'm saying? They think you're cool. They think you're awesome. It's like, really, you're a good person. And you know why I feel they want to put you in the friend zone? Because you might be the first damn person that's really transparent, straight up. You might be the first person in these energies' lives that was real, really transparent. You didn't have an ulterior motive. And somebody can really speak to that family. They can say, you know what? They was a trip, but I liked them. I liked their energy. They were fun. You know, a lot of people are reserved. A lot of people are, you know what I'm saying? And I get it. I get it. I get the reserved. I get the because please don't make a scene. Not in public, not with me. I promise I will get up and walk off like I wasn't even with you. I ain't lying. I don't like public scenes because it's like, oh my God, like the whole world is looking at you. You know what I'm saying? Like, So I feel like somebody does want to put you in a friend zone in a responsible one. And I feel like you would be this responsible energy. You would be that friend to say, hey, look, they want you to be their best friend, honey. I like that energy. You know what? You need friends in the world. We all do, family. We need friends in the world, okay? Somebody really looks at you as being someone that could be a best friend, that could seriously be a best friend. Because I feel like many energies know that you're not gonna do the things that everyone else did. You're not gonna lie. You're not gonna tell somebody like there's nothing worse than right. And only take what resonates. You and your friends. You're getting ready to go out. I'm speaking to younger energies now because I do not do the clubs, but you're with your friends, you're getting ready to go out, you ask somebody what you look like, and they're like, oh yeah, girl, you look good. And then really they know deep down inside that there's something that could be fixed, adjusted, or something, but they don't tell you because they don't want you to look better than them. Man, that's not a friend. On the chime. That's not a friend. Man, I'm gonna be like, well, sis, that is cute, but I'm not gonna have a butt and not tell you the butt. I'm going to be like, oh yeah, girl, that's cute. And then in my mind thinking, yeah, but I wouldn't wear them shoes, or I wouldn't put I would not do that. I'd be like, yeah, that's cute, but those shoes might not hit. Or you know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna let you walk out. Oh, my grandmother used to say this all the time, walking around thinking you cute but looking curious. She used to say that. She'd be like, you think you looking cute, you looking curious. I'd be like, what? What's wrong? She'd be like, girl, if you don't change them shoes or this on her. And I'm like, okay, see, I'm not the friend that's gonna let you walk around and thinking you cute, looking curious. Okay, that's not my energy. I'm gonna be like, sis, don't you wear that. Or you know what I'm saying? Or you might be like, bro, come on, I know you ain't about to do that with that. Those are the kind of friends you want. Somebody you gotta, you know what's worse? I have y'all. I have looked in my car rearview mirror and been like, I had a little crumb on the edge of my nose this whole time, and you done seen 17,000 people, and then one person tell you about it. Is you out your damn mind? Like, I'm gonna be the first one to be like, you know what? You got something in your nose. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna be like, you got something in your nose. Or look, that's the kind of energy. You want to be the real friend. You want to be the best friend. It's ready for that. Someone is ready for that. They're not looking at because look, I mean, damn. Do you know how good it is when you around real people and they're not like on those sketch type shit? Man, that's a bomb feeling. Man, that's a bomb feeling. When no one's sketch, oh my God, that's a beautiful feeling. Yeah. You don't want to be around toxicity. No one wants to be around someone who's toxic. cheating. And this cheating is giving me that energy where I use the example. They want to look better than you, so they don't tell you something's wrong on you. Mhm. That part. The feeling is mutual. Yeah, the feeling's mutual. A lot of people got clarity out here, baby. Let me tell you. Light a candle for the clarity, illuminate the path to your desires. A lot of people got clarity. A lot of people are desiring family to stop with the censorships and to stop with the mask. Is that a mask? Yeah. And to stop with the experiments. Look, I got a whole deck falling out. But yes, they want to stop. People are looking at it from a different perspective. Straight up. I feel that energy. The experiments with these situationships, they're like, why we keep using them? Why we keep using them to push all our problems back on? Why we keep acting like they had everything to do with something? Ain't nobody over here suffering because of you, family, at all. You didn't, and look, and they became very interested. They became very interested in looking at how they were using you. Like, why are we using them? They ain't did really shit to us. No, they haven't. Nobody has. Okay, for the ones that were just on your helmet, for the ones that were just sitting here watching you and every day and anyway and all kind, you're like, man, would you quit watching me? I don't steal. Man, I'll never forget it, y'all. At my old job, man, the girl called me and I said, wait, out of everybody you call me. hmm She gets routed to my line and was like, "Hey TJ, could you do me a favor? Could you go over to my desk and see if I left my clutch or wallet or some kind of purse bag she had with her money in it?" I must have said, "Excuse me, you called me to do that?" I said, "Oh, sure, I'll do that for you." I stopped everybody around me and was like, "Hey, such and such is on my line. She needs me to look for something in her desk, and I need all eyes on me right now because this is not a game." I opened her drawer literally with the two tips of my fingers. I ain't lying. I opened the drawer. I looked in there. I shut the drawer back. Everybody watching. I shut the drawer back. I went and got on the phone. I said, "Yes, ma'am, it's there." You feel me? Like people, they're like, why are we? That was an experiment. I don't steal. Let me tell you something. I learned that a long time ago. Don't you take nothing unless you want something taken from you. You feel me, family? Like, nah, it ain't mine. Another prime example, y'all. Look, I pull up to my favorite little place to go give me my little rolled tacos. Okay, Taco Star, right? The car in front of me, I don't know what happened, but they drive off. Okay, the guy, I pull up, I hand him a $20 bill. Okay, now y'all listen to me. This is when I needed it. This is when I was like really getting gang stock. Like I was in between jobs and I was like, dang, I'm over here. I didn't know what the fuck was going to happen. Okay. This was about maybe 8 months ago, 9 months ago, maybe even a year ago. Okay. I was going through it. I pull up, I hand the man the 20. The man comes back and he's handing me some change and I'm thinking, okay. And I'm reaching, but then I look and I snatched my hand back. I said, "Oh no, 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 no." He was like, "What?" I said, "I did not give you anything like that. I gave you a $20 bill." The man was getting ready to hand me $100 bill. I was like, shit, as bad as I need it. Oh no, I'm not. I ain't about to take that 100. Oh no, you not. I come here too much for that. And I wouldn't do it anyway. Because I know how karma works. Uh-uh. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. That dog ain't gonna hunt. I wouldn't give a damn if I found $1 million on the fucking street. Now, I will clarify that message for you. I find $1 million on the street and ain't no names, no nothing attached to it. I ain't gonna front. I'm keeping that. I find $1 million on the street and there's a wallet with it, I'm gonna call that person. I'm gonna be like, you know what? You done lost $1 million out here in these roads. Do you want it? Or is it a finder's keepers? Facts. Okay. That's the energy. Okay. Tell me more, spirit. Yeah. People are jealous of that kind of energy because most motherfuckers gonna keep it and the wallet. They're jealous of your energy. because you don't move like that, because you know the consequences behind moving like that. Especially when you divinely guided and anointed, man, you in trouble. Ooh, the divine. See, that's what I be embarrassed about. Look, I don't care about what the earthwalkers think, y'all. I be like, ooh, God knows. Y'all, I ain't when I say when you say God fearing, I be God fearing for real. I am a God fearing energy. Like, I don't really care what human knows. I be like, God knows. If God knows, oh Lord, that will eat me up more than anybody else. Facts. I be over here, I can't do nothing like that. And a lot of people are jealous of their energy. They're jealous of your passion too, because you're very passionate when it comes to just being the righteous. Being righteous. You're very passionate about being righteous. Straight up. I feel that. I mean, especially if you're resonating with this reading, you're very passionate about being righteous. Mm-hmm. Message. Okay. This is the war out here. Yeah. Yeah. Look, you don't be in this energy. You don't be pretending about nothing. You don't pretend. And that's another thing that people are jealous of, because it's like, I feel like family, you will have a filter. You will put a filter on it, but it does depend on the situationship. It really does. Hmm. It's like, sometimes you may not have a filter. Okay. I know, like day before yesterday or whatever it was. Oh my God. It was like, I was like, what is going on? What is going on? Listen. And a lot of people are like, oh, and then the little lady made her a little comment. And I was just like, yeah, she wanted to argument or start an argument, or she wanted to come in, and it was like, you know what? Look, no offense intended, but please, not today. Not today. She wanted an argument. Yeah. It's okay if she lost interest. I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Very cool with that. hmm She called me a gangster. I started laughing. I thought to myself, bitch, I wanted to be in the mafia. You don't know? Wait, that I'm kidding. Dreamy. And look, right when I said it, that was a dreamy dream. But and family, and I'm gonna tell you why. It wasn't like the mafia, but I wanted to have so much, because after you feel shit, fuck feel. After you have been attacked so much, you get the dreaming. I wish I was an untouchable type energy, right? Because then you look, I ain't lying. I used to cry and be like, this is not fair. Yeah, look what comes out again, but in the reverse. There's no arguments to your truth. There's no arguments to what it was that you've been dealing with, family. Everybody has a mutual feeling when it comes to that. They know where you're coming from. They know what's happened, and they know what you've been through. And I feel like they are looking at this situationship like, yeah, we don't need to keep using you and doing you dirty and trying to put you through no damn experiences, because they understand that the experiences you've had, they've had them too. It just wasn't you that was doing it to them. And that's what they figured out. They figured out it wasn't you that was doing it to them. It was their hate for what had been done to them. And then they just projected it off onto you when they saw you. But it wasn't you that did it. You didn't do shit to nobody. Message. Okay. And that's the energy. There's a lot of mutual energy right now. People are starting to take a look in the mirror. People are starting to enter and understand that they had nothing to, like, you did not do nothing to nobody. You, if anything, you will help somebody before you do something to somebody. I would rather help than to hinder you in any kind of way. If I can't help you, I can tell you, you know what? I don't have no cash on me, but I can grab you something to eat if that's what you need. I can get you know what I'm saying? Like, that's how I move, because you must look out for those who you are moved to look out for. And I'm not saying you gotta, go around and looking for people. The divine will move you towards, or move your heart towards whatever energy needs your assistance. I promise you every time. You, family, look at it like this. You are never in the wrong place at the wrong time. There's a reason for wherever you are at that moment in time. Okay. You are never in the wrong place at the wrong time. And I hear that a lot. People be like, oh, they was in the wrong place at the wrong time. That's why they got whoop, whoop, whop. No, it wasn't that. It wasn't that. It was their time. And that was their fate. You may be in places and you're thinking, what the hell am I doing here? There's a reason. There's a reason why you are where you are. Message. Okay. I'm telling you, there's a reason why you are where you are. It could be to save somebody's life. It could be to help somebody. It could just be, trust me, there's a reason why you are where you are. Okay. All right, family. And I feel like you bring a lot of laughter too. Okay. People laugh. That's why I can't watch my YouTube. Not my per se YouTube channel, but I be watching YouTube channels. Hell, I'm subscribed so many. I got so many subscribes I done did. I said, Jesus, I can't even catch up to everything. And now I know how y'all feel when I flood a bunch of messages. I'm starting to resonate with that energy, right? I can't even watch my YouTube in public because I be talking to it like, no. And that's what I did today. I heard something. I was like, no. And the lady just busted out laughing. I was like, oh, I'm so sorry. I was like, I'm on here talking, trying to. And then I said, don't you comment. See, I tend to comment on stuff when I'm upset, very opinionated. That's why I said we got to launch this podcast because there's so much that I don't want to address here because it really ain't the space. It's not. It's not the space. Okay. But there's a lot that needs to be addressed. And it's not even addressing it from, it's just like letting people vent, get that shit up off them, get it out you, get it out you, get it off you type energy. And I feel like everybody is mutual when they tired of the situationship. See, nobody's blaming you anymore. Don't nobody want to blame you or use you to be the problem. I'm telling you, don't nobody want to blame you no more. Facts. And I feel like it's because some of y'all have people cracking up with your realness, with your truth. They be laughing because you may deliver it in such a way. And then sometimes you may deliver it in such a way where they're not laughing. And they really do got to sit down and take it seriously and reevaluate and take a look at themselves. You feel me, family? That part. All right. So hopefully this message resonates with you. Yes. Look at the bottom of the deck. Yes, because this your energy all day. Look, right behind it, the truth. That's your energy all the time. All the time. You walking by faith, not by sight. You having a good time too on your walk. Mm-hmm. You resonating with source. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. You are always in awe. I ain't lying. I was riding around today like I ain't never been outside. I was like, oh, and you could be a Queen of Wands energy at the bottom of the deck after the shuffle. Okay. You always this. This is you. This is your truth. I feel like you could be a big kid at heart, straight up. You are a big kid at heart, straight up. Mm-hmm. And see, we've gotten into this energy of we're adults and we got to act this way. No, you don't. As an adult, you do have responsibilities. But man, don't you lose that kid inside you. Don't you lose that big heart. Don't do it. You know what I'm saying? Don't do it. Yes, be mature, I guess. I don't know if I like it. You know what? And then I know y'all don't like me to bring up politics or none of that shit, but let me tell y'all, I swear to God, Trump is a kid at heart. I swear to when I watch him, I'd be like, he's such a kid at heart. Like, you know what I'm saying? But he's still a businessman. And I know y'all don't like politics, and I know a lot of y'all don't like Trump or whatever, or some of y'all do like him or whatever. But I don't look at people like I like you, I don't like you. Now, I may not like the things you do. I may not like the things you say. I may not like your actions. But when I take all that, I don't give a damn about that. When I just actually look at you, oh man, that man's a big kid at heart. There's a lot of people in the world like that today, but they have something else they got to look at, y'all. It's like, all eyes be on people. Man, people been experimenting with everybody for years. Facts. And that's something else that I gotta respect about somebody too. When they word is bond, they word is bond. You know what I'm saying? And it's like shit. Everybody was mad. Listen, look, I'm a pretty good judge of character, or could read character. I shouldn't say judge, but I could read character. Man, that man ain't nothing but a big ass kid in the candy store and enjoying his best life. Do I approve of everything? Fuck no, but especially not what he did with Timu. God damn it, Trump! Don't you ever. Y'all know I be on here talking about my thing. Look, I do not have to go to the nail shop. It's called Pink, Blue, and Timu. You know why? Because I can't be affording. I do not live above my means. I do my own toes too. You know what I'm saying? Thank goodness. Thank goodness. I grabbed the things I needed. But that's what I'm saying, y'all. Be, don't, no matter what, everything is going to be all right. Okay? Notice. No matter what, everything is going to be all right. Okay, family? So let's close this message out for you. At this time, Divine, I ask that you continue to keep us with love, harmony, tranquility, prosperity, peace, protection, and respect, and good health and good wealth. For those of you that need to hear the good wealth part, but know that you're already wealthy internally. Okay? But yes, thank you, Divine, Ashe, and thank you. And until next time, you know what I love to say. Namaste.